Hey everyone, happy holidays. And right now it's been pretty cold this part of the US and I've been feeling kind of down lately. So I decided to make something that will hopefully, lift my spirits up and hopefully it does the same for you as much as it did for me, especially on these holiday seasons. But, I thought about, what about making some sopas? Sopas is, a very homey dish to me and you made me feel a little bit better. So let's get it going. First thing we're going to get going is the veg prep. So first thing we're going to take is the onion. We're going to do this. We're going to do a medium dice on this, not too big but not too small. And we're going to be using half the onion here. If you're doing a bigger batch, you can go ahead and use the whole onion. Once the onions are done, we're going to move on to the garlic. So I had a little bit hard time seeing here because the onions were making my eyes water so bad. But what we're going to do is just mince this. If you don't have a mincer like I do, then just hand mince it with your knife. Here you want to use about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. It depends how big the batch is. The cloves of garlic I have are pretty big, so I decided to use 3 of them. If you're going to end up mincing this with your knife, this is pretty much what you need to do to go ahead and mince everything up. It's easy, it just takes a little bit longer time to do. Now it's time to move on to the celery. Here I used 3 stalks for the amount I'm using. Here just going to do is slice this in about a 1/4 inch or so. This is gonna keep it together when you cook it. Once we're done with the long green boy, we're going to move into the long orange boy. What we're going to do is peel this, get all the skin off, and then we're going to do a thin slice on here. When I did the slice, I thought the carrots were a little too big. You want them, bite size, not too big where they can't automatically fit in your mouth. But if they happen to be like that, just go ahead and cut them in half circles and everything should be golden. For this cabbage, we're going to use a half of a cabbage. I had some left over from the other day, so I used that too, plus the other head of the cabbage. Pretty much we're going to shred this in the cabbage. We don't want it too big, but we want it too small. So, do about, I would say, a less than a 1/4 inch cut on this. Once all the veg prep is done, we're going to go ahead and bring our chicken to a boil. We're going to season the water, of course, always. And then we're gonna go and throw our chicken in there. Here I use chicken thigh, boneless and skinless, because I like the meat and the texture it gives for it, because it's got some fat to it and it's easier to cook. Here I used about a pound of skinless and boneless chicken thigh, and then I bring this to a boil and let this boil for about 15 minutes. Once the chicken is cooked for 15 minutes, you're gonna take it out and let it cool completely, and then you're gonna take your red hot dog. I couldn't find any red hot dogs, so I went and found this red sausage, which had a little bit of spice to it. Here I cut it pretty thinly, but you probably want to cut this at a half an inch so when you cook it, it doesn't curl up when you cook it. Once the chicken's all the way cooled down, we're gonna go ahead and shred it. Here I cut it with a knife and then decided to shred it. After I cut it, it just made it a little bit easier to make it into small chunks that you want when you're making sopas. Into a big pot, we're gonna go ahead and heat our oil up. Here I use an avocado oil, but if you don't have it, olive oil work here. After we get the oil heated up, we're gonna go and throw our garlic in there first and get a nice brown onto it. Once we get that nice brown onto the garlic, we can go ahead and throw our onions in there and get those sauteed up a little bit, and we'll get them softened, get them open up, get all those pores open up to accept all that yummy goodness. After these cook for about 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and throw our carrots and celery in there and let them saute for about 5 minutes. After that, we're gonna season them. Once those 5 minutes go up, we're gonna throw our chicken back into the pot and give that a good mix up and season again. You know, you want to season in layers and make sure everything is easily seasoned. Once the chicken cooks for about 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and throw our hot dog in there and give that a quick mix and let that cook for about 3 minutes or so. After those 3 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and start adding our liquid. Here I saved a cup of the chicken water we use to cook the chicken, give that little extra chickeny flavor. And then I decided to use about 2 cups of the veggie stock I made a little bit ago. Just gave it a little extra taste to it. And then after that, I added probably about 3 or 4 more cups of water. You want to get everything in there. And that pasta is gonna absorb some of that water up, so you want to make sure you have enough water in there because it's gonna be a little bit of soupy in there. Once this is filled and we're done adding the water, we're gonna go ahead and bring this to a boil and let it boil for about 5 minutes. That boil has came up. We're gonna go ahead and throw our pasta in here. Normally you want to use elbow macaroni for this, but I forgot to pick it up, and this is what I had at my house, so I use this. Once the pasta's in there, this is gonna boil for about 10 minutes. So that 10 minutes is up, we're gonna go and throw our cabbage in there. And then after we go ahead and throw our cabbage in there, we're gonna go and throw 12 ounces of evaporated milk. This is optional. I like mine a little bit of creamy and milkiness to it. Some people just like to use water, but this is totally optional. I like it. Once we mix everything up, we're gonna go and let this boil for about 7 to 10 minutes again to make sure the pasta is done. Then after that, everything is golden. Well, that pretty much wraps up everything, guys. This dish is a comfort food to me, even though, I'm not the Filipino descent, but, this, especially during the holiday season, it's a nice, warm, and humble dish that I love, and it always lifts my spirits back up. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button, and go ahead and don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more how-to videos and cooking videos. So I hope you guys are having a good holiday season, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So peace.